Am I the asshole? We'll fire off a couple. We'll do our voicemails, and then we'll get to this interview with the Are You Garbage Boys, which is very fucking funny. Number one, this was a Am I the Asshole sent to us by many a people, very apropos considering the conversation we just had. Am I the asshole for abandoning my girlfriend on top of a mountain? I know this sounds bad, but hear me out on this one. It wasn't even a big mountain. Basically, I've been going on hikes alone on weekend mornings while my girlfriend eats pancakes. On Sunday, I went to do a peak. That's easy if you're a vet like me, but still takes a few hours.
I went to do a peak?
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the right terminology, but if you have some terminology,
I'm going
to do a peak.
I'll
be right back. I got to bang out a peak real quick.
Yeah.
So I went early so I could get back for the football game at 1 o'clock. I could not miss this game. So I woke up early, and my girlfriend gets up with me, and she says, let's do it. And I was like, what? She gives me this whole spiel about how she's trying to better herself and her body, which she gives me every year, but I still felt obligated to bring her along. Before I agreed, I made sure she understood that it would be challenging and that I was going to be at a brisk pace because I needed to get home in time for the game. I told her that if she wanted to do some lighter hikes later this week so she could ease herself into this, we could do this, but she insisted on keeping up. Of course, it didn't go that way. She fell behind immediately before the real ascent even began. I offered to turn around and tackle it another time, but she insisted and said she just needed to adjust to the altitude change. Brother, if you're worried about altitude changes, this is not an easy peak. Nope.
Altitude change also sounds ridiculous until you participate in an altitude change.
And then it's real, right?
Dude, I couldn't go up 3 stairs in Colorado.
Right.
It was insane.
I know.
It was
your whole body's fucked. It took her 2 hours to get up to the top. She complained and begged for water the whole time. We get to the top. I told her we needed to go down faster, but then we went up because if I didn't, I was going to miss kickoff. She got all pissy over that and was like, it isn't even like spending time with you anymore, and it's more, and the game is more important than me. I knew this was bait, so I just said back that I told her the conditions beforehand and that it wasn't respectful of her to slow me down like this. Then she got real mad and basically shrieked across the entire peak that I might as well leave her up here, and I was so angered and embarrassed by her that I did. I told her the descent down was easier, and there was plenty of people around to help her if she needed it, and I headed back down the mountain alone. I felt so bad. I waited for her in the car and watched the game on my phone, and she didn't make it down to the 4th quarter, which I pointed out to her as soon as she opened the door. She won't talk to me. I know my actions were hurtful, but her peak freakout had humiliated me, and I don't know what else to do. Edit, since people are asking. It was the Jets game.
I mean, the edit really matters.
Hugely matters.
It really matters.
It's the most important edit, PS, extra detail in the history of Am I the Asshole?
It was. I knew we had a Jets question on here, and I wasn't sure that was the one. And I was like...
One. It changes. I go from one extreme to completely other. Because this guy, it's an asshole move. First of all, I mean... If you're doing all this, it sounds like borderline dangerous to leave somebody up there who can't, that she might not get home.
Right.
So super dangerous, very rude, but there really is something to be said for I told you, I have a plan that I do every week. You are fucking up my plan. And I told you it, and I have a routine, and I want to do both of these things, and please don't fuck this up for me, and then you fuck it up. That's really, really annoying. That's really fucked up.
100%.
But
100%.
But then you find out it's for the Jets.
You know what? The Jets, it makes a difference, but it doesn't change me.
You're right.
He was the asshole no matter what. You're
yes.
that happens a lot of times.
Finish, but I'm also I'm going to argue the other side of it too.
That happens a lot. Where just you say I want to do this X, and something happens, or someone gets hurt, or someone isn't in the proper shape, and that plan has to move. You can't just leave your girlfriend.
You can't leave her on
a
a mountain. Okay,
you can't leave your girlfriend on a mountain.
If it wasn't that extreme though, if she said we have to go shopping before we get to the game or something, and you're cool, but we gotta make sure we get there, and then she's just taking her time, and then there's traffic, and then you miss the game, and it's what about that? What about if you were I'm gonna go. I told you we have to leave by 12:30, and you're not done. You're at the mall. You can take an Uber back, or I'll take an Uber home. You take the car. I'm leaving you. Could you do that?
If you left her the car, I would say you're okay. Look, right. I'm gonna split, or I'm gonna go to the fucking food. I also don't understand why a phone doesn't work on a mountain.
You're higher.
Yeah,
right?
People do this, don't they?
Yeah, they used to. Yeah,
you're higher.
Yeah,
it
I
should
don't
work.
get it. You're right. Theoretically, yes.
But the food court, or if you're in a mall, yes, you're well within your rights to be look, I'm just splitting. You're gonna be fine here. But you can't leave someone on a mountain.
No, agreed. No
You just
matter what,
can't.
you can't leave. That's why, to be honest, though, I think she's still kind of the asshole because you know what should have happened? He offered all these other things. Let's go on a lighter hike tomorrow. Let's do it a different time. I'll pick one for us. Like, it wasn't just like take it or leave it. He knew this was going to be a problem. He offered up contingencies. She said, no, let's do it. I promise. And then she still did exactly what he said was going to happen. That's infuriating.
It's in everyone's asshole here.
You can't. I'm not saying you should leave her on top of the mountain. You should walk home, miss the game, and make her pay for it. And be like, I fucking told you. What are you going to do to make this up for me?
And then berate her until you break up in 3 years.
This is also a horrible double standard because if this happened the other way, I knew I was fucked in my relationship when I used to treat as I wanted to be treated. The golden rule, right? Mm-hmm. And so like if she fucked up, I was like, I'm not gonna rake her over the coals for this because I wouldn't want that to happen to me. And then I got to the point where I was like, I have to cash in on this. I have to hold her feet to the fire because she's gonna do it to me. So I got to keep this shit balanced. And that's when I knew I was fucked. I was like, this is not a good spot to be in. But if the roles were reversed and she missed like a bridal shower or something, she'd be like, you hear about it to the end of time. And this guy, granted, he overplayed his hand by leaving her on top of the mountain.
I do think I will defend women in this aspect. I think a bridal shower is more important
maybe
than a
not
Jets game.
Maybe a brunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had Sunday plans that you always do that I fucked up for you. Even after you told me I was going to fuck them up for you, you never hear the end of that. With a guy, she probably starts crying or something like that. Where I'm going to defend this guy, I've dealt with this before. I don't care how bad my teams are. I like watching my teams. And it's not fair. It's not fair that you get to be like, I got to watch the Patriots, and because they're going to go to the Super Bowl this year, your girlfriend understands. Mm-hmm. Where my girlfriends would say to me, they're not even good. It's like, well, I don't care. It's not my fault. You're penalizing me for the Wilpons. Yeah, I know it. I know that, but I want to watch in case they get good or one, So I don't think you can't leave people on top of a mountain, but you can't penalize your boyfriend or girlfriend if their favorite team is bad and they enjoy watching it. Yes. It's like, I don't know, you like watching a TV show that I think is bad.
And you hate everyone on the show.
Right.
Like, why?
Right.
Like, you're like, oh, I run on The Bachelorette sucks this year.
But you wouldn't miss it. Yeah.
And obviously we're stereotyping.
Of course, blah, blah, blah.
We'll
Stereotypes are real for a reason.
Throw the fucking allegedly button out there. But you know what I mean. Whatever show women
just because quality does not determine like fanhood or enjoyment. So you can't throw that in my face. But ultimately, you can't leave any girl on top of the mountain.